My name is Dr. Mumbi Saraki. But one of the things I've received a lot of emails from, our African American brothers and sisters. Some saying, they're staying. They're not going anywhere. That is their land. And I think it's very important for us to open up the discussion that, not all African Americans came from Africa. That is one of the greatest fallacies that has happened. We were a global melanated planet, which means we were absolutely everywhere, on every land, in every country, in every continent, the countries they created. And, there's been so much that's been done because it's a mental reality, it's a mental world. There's so much that's been done to corrupt and rewrite the story, especially when you see the pictures of who they say the native Indians were. But, the Americas were actually it was like Africa. It was.
Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us.
Oh, all right. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome once again to the Beatzilla PDX official show. I am your host, Beatzilla PDX officially, and this is the midweek report. Yes, indeed. So as we are coming on this cold season out here in the Pacific Northwest. You know, as soon as you start talking, your voice gets janky. So, but we gonna get through it tonight. So hopefully everybody out there is doing well and avoiding sick people as best as possible. I hear people having snow in some places, so be safe if you guys are out there driving on the road and there's snow and ice. You know, and keep your chains and your power tools if you get stuck on the side of that road. You understand what I'm saying? So with that being said, family, as you are coming in, please hit that like button if you would, and share this broadcast out if you would on your social media, or text it to a friend. You know, go through your contact list and say, hey, y'all should watch this. And, you know, it'll bring people over to this channel, and hopefully they enjoy the information that they get over here on this broadcast right here at the Beatzilla PDX official show. And as we do on our lives, we often, as y'all know, let me do this real quick. I'll get off of that. All right. We greet the family in the chat. For those who are here early, and it looks like the first one in the house tonight is In the Mix Radio. What's going on In the Mix Radio? B1, and thank you for being here. Appreciate that. Oh, and shout out to my brothers, Kid Gravity Beyond. I was just watching them as I was getting ready for this broadcast. I was checking him and Brother Tori and Rain Reloaded out over there on the Kid Gravity Beyond channel. And yeah, man, you know, that that was a good live. So if you guys, after this live, go over there and check that out as well. And I haven't got a chance to check out much this week. But I mean, there might be some things that you might have already seen tonight. I'm not sure. But you know, it'll be the first time that you see them here. So yeah, we're gonna get into it and talk about it a little bit. Like I said, it's tool breaking season. And Biden, well, is it tool breaking season? And clearly you're kind of seeing it is. As you see with P. Diddy having to step down from his own company. Patricia Slade in the building. Welcome, my good sister, Patricia Slade, Jersey City. Chi Benanya. Is that how you say it? Benanya? I hope I got that right. Thank you for being here once again, Black First. We got our good sister Judah Queen in the building. Good to see you, my good sister. Black First, as always. Hey, oh God, in the house. Shout out to you, my brother. Yes, indeed. Oh, Brandon Cruz sings. What's going on, bro? Just changed the handle. Got it, brother. Good to see you. It's been a minute, man. Good to see you in the building. We have Keith Prince in the house. Good to see you as always, sister. And Reginald Jeter in the building as well. Yes, indeed. And we have Karen Armstrong in the building. Yes, indeed. We only have each other. You better know it. Shout out to you, Black First. Roderick Allen in the house. Peace, brother. I appreciate you being here. Thank you for showing up and joining this broadcast tonight. Derek Parker in the house. Black First family. Appreciate you for being here. Yes, indeed. Sun kissed by the Most High. Shout out to you, my good sister. I think you saw all of the angry tetherisms going on my ex my ex post today. We'll get to that. Good to see you, my sister. Lawrence Lilly in the house. Black First family. Shout out to you, my brother. Thank you for being here on this good Wednesday evening. Lovely Lady 37177. Shout out to you, lovely lady. Thank you for being here this evening. And we got our good sister from the NYC, Denise Soul in the house, Black First sister. Thank you. Thank you for being here. And Still My Beats in the building. Shout out to you. Shout out to you for being here. B1, salute to you. And we got our sister Rain Love in the building. Shalom, family. Good to see you in the house. Yes, indeed. All right. So, we're going to get right into it tonight. Because I don't want this to go too long. But we got some things to cover. And one of the videos that I'm going to kind of go over tonight is a little long, but we're going to have to go through some things because we have to point out when things are coming out that are trying to seem like it's grassroots. I mean, okay, put it to you like this. If you are a strategist, then you understand TikTok videos will go viral, not just on TikTok, but on all social media platforms. So you need your people to have TikToks that kind of can get the access to the people. Then the engine and the machine can do the rest to further the message. Well, that works both ways. You understand? That works both ways. And I think some of these strategists that are working for some certain political parties and agendas, and maybe even governments, they're using these tactics to try to poke and prod at our argument. Something I noticed was this sister that I'm gonna start with right now. And I just made this little video because I had to put this together when I first seen it. I said, wait. Hold on now. I seem to recall, and I'm going to just play this for you, and you'll see kind of the, and 60 seconds later kind of moment. And we're going to discuss that on the other end of this clip. So we're going to start here, though, because, yeah, this woman right here is going to get a little bit of work tonight.
The audacity of Ron DeSantis to show up at a vigil that was being put on by the local council members and representatives, black people, being out for black people. This motherfucker comes up and was booed in such a way he had to stop speaking. Because there is, as everyone has said and as you and I say, a direct fucking line between the rhetoric, the policies, and the assassination of black lives that is happening on a regular basis in this country.
Your policy. Okay, listen, y'all. Let me tell you, we finna put parties aside, cause it ain't about parties today. A bullet don't know a party, so don't get me started. Okay, Jacoby is nice, but Ann is not. Now, if the governor wanted to come here and he bringing gifts to my community, y'all know I'm taking the gifts, because we've been through enough already, and I don't want to go through no more. Now, y'all just be quiet just a minute.
If he coming through with gifts, y'all know I'ma take them gifts. I don't doubt that to be true. But so like I'm saying, it's the contrast of it all. Oh, yeah, the Republicans and Ron DeSantis had the nerve to do this. And so as the crowd was chanting him down, as they should, who was it that came to his defense? It wasn't the MAGA people. That was a big, bold-faced, proud mammy ready to accept his gifts because she had coordinated with him to be there. And at the end of the day, of course he needs to be there. He is still the governor. So he needs to go there and take his lumps from the people as he was getting. But it was not some proud boy that came in and intervened, not even the black sheriff sitting down behind him. He didn't get up. No, it's your Democratic mammy representative who had, oh, now I'm going to talk loud and stern to you, but let him speak now because he coming with gifts. And that's how it works when we have Democrats, even black faces in high places. This is how it goes down. You understand what I'm saying? It's madness. Absolute madness. Now, I just saw somebody else coming to the chat. We got our sister TJ in the building. I also believe you're a New Yorker too, ain't you? TJ in the building. Thank you for being here. TT Summer in the house from Las Vegas. All right, what's going on from Vegas? The good LV. And Judah Queen said, hashtag never forget. That's what they say. That's what they say. In the mixed radio, see on that Sambo sauce, heavy. Absolutely heavy. Oh, yes. Yes. We get that? Okay. Magic Dragon, Lady Flawless in the building. Black first, sister, black first. Yes, indeed. I know you were a witness of the debacle of this jilted tether, who's probably still just sending tons of responses. Like, hey, why aren't you responding to me? Give me some attention. Number one, dude, that's weird. And then, you know what kills me about some of these weirdos? The thing that they'll do is get upset. And then somehow you're upset at me. And then you bring Tariq Nasheed's name up. And I mean, if you look at my Twitter, formerly known as Twitter, look at my page, you'll see this dude mentions him twice. I'm like, he's not even in this thread, bro. I guess. Afro Troop TV. But that's what we say. We live in these people's heads rent-free. Rent-free. Afro Troop TV in the building. And thank you for becoming a member. Shout out to you. Peace, power, blessings, and protection be upon you and yours. Thank you for being a member of this channel. I appreciate that. David Boyd in the building. Bronx, New York in the house. Black first. Yes, indeed. That's right. You are out in New York. Yes, sir. Shout out to you, brother. And we got Rhonda Smith in the building. Yes, indeed. Oh. Yes, indeed. Shout out to you, Rhonda Smith. I am much appreciative of your attendance this evening. Magic Dragon said he's still going hard. I'll tell you, that dude was hurt. That dude was hurt by that hairline thing. Y'all got at him in the the memes. Oh, the memes. Y'all is deadly with the memes. Good Lord. You know when a dude start doing the whole, oh man, you must be mixed. Oh man, you albino. Dude, I'm not mixed. That's so it's not a sting. Oh, your great grandfather was a white man. No, he was not. When people start saying stuff, that's like, okay, you ain't from America because you don't know nothing about American culture. To where you're that dumb to think that everybody to be black, that means you got to look like John Shaft. What's wrong with you? Jeez, we come in all shades, sizes, and colors. In 2 black parent households. Genius. In America, that's maybe a slight difference between us and everybody else. Never thought of that. But we believe what the white man has said, huh? Num-at Ray the third in the house. Peace, Beatzilla, peace, chat. I think I got that right. Shout out to you, Black First. Thank you for being here. Yeah, so, oh man, you gotta, he real upset because that's the comment. That's the comment that he's really going hard under. And truth be told, it's like, dude, you were confident in putting that up as your profile picture. You thought that a lovely woman out there somewhere would see that head and say, "Oh, Bumbaclad, oh, look at him, he's so hot. Oh, it's like the Lord has spoken to me. Oh, Bumbaclad, oh Lord." And you just turned into an incel in America. Because then oh, I'm gonna get tough. Oh, come here, I'll show you. Stop it. You wanna rump with me? Rump a taking. Stop. Booyaka. Run to you. No. Okay? Just mind your oxtails. And again, we're talking about Elijah McClain, the cop that unalived our good brother, our innocent brother, Elijah McClain. He gets rewarded his job back and $200,000 with back pay. $200,000 of his back pay. So he's basically being rewarded, no harm, no foul. They seen that you should not be free right now, but hey, it's Colorado. I mean, come on, man. And so on this particular post, this is the issue that this tether has. I mean, it's really quite interesting. I'm kind of, it's to be so jilted. And it's like, this doesn't even involve you. Oh, you guys ain't never gonna get a hate crime bill. You hating on us so hard that you were upset at us asking for a hate crime bill. And you think that we shouldn't be calling you a tether? Do you idiots see yourselves? And then somehow this dude has convinced himself that, all light-skinned black people are somehow, your grandfather, your great-grandfather had to be a white man. Oh, come on. All right. Oh, man, you're white. Okay. Ooh, thank you. I was waiting on one of y'all. See, intelligent, righteous. Shout out to you, my good brother. I knew somebody was gonna come through. Family, come on now. Y'all want it's free smoke 2024, man. Y'all really don't want this over here, man. I'm just telling y'all. Y'all do not want the grassroots at all. But since you asked for it, they have already cartoonized you, man. Now, like I said, this dude actually says, "I'm gonna keep bugging you every day." I don't think so, but okay, it sounds good. Come get over these jokes. Come get over these jokes because you ain't gonna be, man, if you don't cut it out. And family, that head is no exaggeration. Y'all think, I mean, this is just cartoonized the picture. That's really no exaggeration. I'm sorry. That's dude. He upset like the cats was mad at Tariq over the Cheetah Pete thing. Like, this dude is upset. Man, how you do me like that, man? Oh, man, I know my forehead is a beast, but, man, hey, bro, that's the picture you felt like you wanted to go with when you put your picture up here, and then not to mention wanted to go on these long rants on about nothing. Dude, ain't nobody's fault but your own. Next time, mind your own oxtails. You better leave this alone. Nobody out here playing with you. Oh, I got under your skin. And I'm sure you probably watching right now because you got the link. I know you did. So if it matters that much, you got to see us live. So yeah, there you go. Oh, Lord. Hey, you know what they say, the internet for the win again. Yeah, shout out Intelligent Righteous, brother. Oh, in other news, another war criminal's dead. I mean, another what they call a American icon, in some circles. Henry Kissinger. He was the top American foreign policy official. He he oversaw and overlooked at times actively perpetrated some of the most grotesque war crimes the United States and its allies have committed. Died Wednesday at 100 years old. A damn war criminal. Obama clot. Oh, man. Let me stop. I mean, these dudes be thinking that, I'm Jamaican because I just had to ask, where's your family from? I'm a proud Jamaican. Ah, there it is. Because I had to figure out why your jokes were so whack. And it didn't make any sense. It's like, oh, okay. And then, I just say one simple thing. All I said was, Rip Bozo. Yeah, I'll say. Oh, my Lord. Man, come on. That's your profile. Can't make it no plainer. You came out with that one. Said, yeah, that'll work. This dude's name is Crime Skills. Your name is Crime Skills. It's a crying shame. And all I said is, this goofy tether here, with that hairline, we know why he's upset. Vovo Ranch. Oh, he looked like the witch doctor from Shaka Zulu. She was African too. In the Loop Radio. Oh, tethered doggy dog. Oh my Lord. I don't know why y'all even try this. Crime skills. Oh, there he goes. Albino Roach. Now, family, I'm just saying. Oh, it ain't gonna there you go. He has 460 followers. Sister Tweety Montgomery is a follower of his. Hey, you might want to unfollow that guy. I'm just saying. Yeah. And oh man, wow. Yeah, so we just gonna leave it there, man. And so this is where he kind of, he went off. I guess he must have he must have deleted some of his comments on that. But nonetheless, this is him. And so, oh, you live in. So people do this thing again where, oh man, you live in Portland, Oregon. Right. So I am an authority on the system of white supremacy. I live in Portland, Oregon. Oh, well, man, you live in Oregon. I mean, it figures like you. What do you know? It's literally like, I mean, in being here, you think you're not going to learn about the system of white supremacy and all of its little details when you live in the Pacific Northwest. Man, you are out your mind. But see, as you start talking, then it's like, oh, okay, I get it. You don't have no roots that go in America. So you only perceive people that live out here have no roots in the South. Where's your family from? Because if you're talking like that, oh, I know you ain't from here. Oh, you're definitely not American. I mean, right there. Because what are we talking about? I could I could say just a few things to all of y'all in the chat. Y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. And y'all would be able to, oh, I can relate. I'm having a whole back and forth conversation with this dude, and there's no relate. He doesn't understand nothing about our culture. Here's another thing. Have y'all heard and seen these videos where these people come out here start talking about how we're adopting white American culture? I have a big question for everybody who says that. What is American white culture? Because truth be told, all the culture issues of America comes from foundational Black Americans. So when you say we take on white culture, what does that mean? What exactly does that mean? Because if we establish the culture, all the music and its art forms, inventions, not by Africans, but by foundational Black Americans, the people here from the soil. I'm just saying, not to say there's no inventors of any other race, but we are speaking of our own, and they are not owned universally. They're owned in our lineage. This is our bloodline here. Like, we don't have no right to claim that. Oh, yes, the hell we do. Oh, yeah, we do. Antithesis, Black First, Valdosta, Georgia. Shout out to you, and shout out to Kid Gravity Beyond all as well for sending you this way. Shout out, man. I appreciate that. That is our good brother. And Derek Parker said he shouldn't roast nobody when your hairline looking like that. Man, his hairline looks so janky that he should be ashamed to walk outside. That's what I'm saying. And well, bro, he literally felt cool with making that his profile picture. So no, he thought that was fly. He still think that's fly. I guess. What do we know? But see, also a person that think that's fly also kind of be like, oh, okay, you might not be 100% okay. You understand what I mean? Like, oh, okay. Oh man, come on, man. Nah, I already see you. You so emotional, but you don't understand you're emotional. Yeah, I don't know what to say. Yeah, you got crime skills, huh? A man who's working a legitimate job, but he has crime skills. What did you get here last year? Me a big gangster. I mean, what? Man, these people have our culture absolutely confused. I mean, they don't know nothing about us. They obviously don't know anything about our history here. I guess they know what they know from the area that they're at. And being in Florida, it's kind of different because you there's a ton of different elements of the country that established this country that didn't take place in Florida. So if that's all you know, I mean, I guess. But who's looking to anybody from Florida for any kind of major leadership? Uncle Luke is catching the issue right now, ain't he? Having to go in for depositions and whatnot. It's funny too, because he had me blocked for a minute. I always pay attention to the shields, like when they have me blocked, and then when they don't, so they'll unblock me for a minute. So I know a campaign is coming. We know a campaign is coming right off the rip. You understand what I'm saying? Oh, yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. We got our good brother, Black Alpha Network in the house. What's going on, my good brother? Yes, indeed, man. I caught a good part of your live the other night, man. And yo, man, I like the fact that you going live now, man. That is dope. And them lives, man, been fire. So yeah, man. Appreciate what you doing out here, man. Y'all go check our good brother out, Black Alpha Network in the building. Man, there's see here's and that was my point. Like we're trying to tell y'all this isn't going away. What they want us to do is just like, oh well, man, they ain't gonna give us this, they ain't gonna give us that. So I guess we might as well just go back to love and hip hop type stuff. No, it's a new day, and this group understands we need more. So now that we're number one, we asked for something specifically for us. A lot of these other immigrants understand it. Hey, they gonna understand the distinctions because they understand the distinctions now in a negative connotation towards us. But man, if you know these folks like we know them, oh, because he also take note, man, you think a law gonna change anything? Yeah, I do. Because see, when that law protect us, it might subsequently benefit you. But again, look at how many of these people go out of their way to not identify as us. How does that look when the playing field changes? What does that look like? Yeah, what these folks gonna do? So what we are seeing right now, we seeing a big wave of disarray. And it's getting so bad that even the Black Caucus members are coming under fire. Eric Adams is coming under fire. Of course, like I just said, Uncle Luke is coming under fire. And everybody's favorite coonstress, Candace Owens, which is now broken to Candace No Ends, because they done kicked her to the curb. She done said one little thing that they didn't like, and it was goodbye. And so, but rightfully so. And here's another one without a home. She really thinks she's white. She really thinks she's white. And then, of course, Jamie Foxx, he done caught some smoke. And for those of you who don't know, the one I don't even have to really put in the picture, Diddy. Diddy done stepped down. Not only that, Pierre done caught it that accusation too. So if y'all know anything about Bad Boy, there was another major heavyweight over there at Bad Boy named Pierre. Pierre done caught some smoke too. There's allegations coming on him. There's allegations on L.A. Reid. Let's see. Am I leaving anybody out? Who am I forgetting? I'm trying to think, because there's somebody else that I know got. Well, these allegations is flying off the shelves, ain't they? And I understand, they have that law out there in New York, so I get it. This was going to happen, but how many of these things are just smoke? And how many of these are actually fires? New York, that's like the Hollywood of New York. I don't know. That's show business. And a lot of these people, rightfully so, are just getting dismissed. And the thing about it with the like what I mentioned earlier with the TikTok thing and how they're using TikTok to get the try to dredge up some grassroots, phony grassroots people and say, oh, they're a TikToker. No, they're just a shill who y'all use that vehicle to get their voice out. So what they're going to start doing is start sending the certain messages, especially just pay attention when you hear a black person talking about black voting and see if they mention Israel. If you hear that talking point as if what's the conflict of Israel, it would be a major talking, Israel and Palestine is some kind of major talking point for us. No, it is not. However, I will say this. There's a hashtag that is really starting to kind of become popular, and you're seeing a lot of the Palestinian supporters use hashtag NoJo2024. So it's very interesting that just pay attention. You're going to start seeing a lot of black so-called grassroots voices coming out of TikTok. And they're going to be mentioning certain LGBTQ and guns and, so we're going to listen to a little bit of that tonight. But before we do, there's something else I need to show y'all. Because we are talking about, and it's all tying in together. It is tool breaking season, and the shills are getting restless because there are people coming out talking
I
like
get this question a lot. Why did slavery take so long to end in the U.S.? I mean, we had 3 major rebellions and none of them worked. Slave owners in America had something nobody else had. 5 million poor white people. That's what W.E.B. Du Bois argued in 1935. He said slavery demanded a special police force. And he wasn't just talking about slave patrols. Poor whites, folks who had nothing in Europe. In America, they labored long hours with little pay and terrible work conditions. These 5 million poor whites created an informal surveillance system. They snitched, kidnapped, and returned slaves. They made sure nobody got out of line. And when slave rebellion started, they came out in even larger numbers. Keep in mind, they didn't own any slaves. They weren't making a real profit, and they probably could have changed their conditions had they teamed up with us and waged a class struggle. But policing blacks was the only thing that made them white. It was the only thing that connected them to the planter class. Du Bois said they were just pleasing their own vanity. So before Ring, ADT, whatever you got, poor whites were the surveillance system for wealthy slave owners. Without the white public's investment in maintaining slavery, we would have tore the whole system down. Now who's responsible for reparations?
There you go. For real. Shout out to that brother for telling it like it is. And yeah, shout out AO God in the house for the super chat. Appreciate that, brother. The bootlicks getting cut because they can't sway us anymore. We aren't under the spell. The only spell I know is money and reparations. Yes, indeed. Shout out to you, my brother. Peace, power, blessings, and protection be upon you and yours, man. I appreciate that. Thank you for that super chat. And did I see a good sister and brother in the house? All right. Got Yakanan. Yes, indeed. Appreciate you being here, brother. We got Miss D at Suite 201 in the building. Shout out to you, my good sister. And we got our good sister, Lady Effa, in the house. About time. Oh, yes, Key Prince. Yeah, Rain Love, yep. And threw him out there. He done threw Aaron Hall out there. However, when I heard the Aaron Hall story, I'm listening to what was it, Art of Dialogue. He had I think his last name is Deal. We having the brother on there who used to work for Puffy or whatever, do security for Puffy. And he's talking about the was it Gloria Valdez? Is that her name? And talking about how they was messing around. Well, they met in the club. And so I guess he said Aaron Hall didn't know that this girl was underage until they was trying to get to the airport to go to Jamaica. And that's when he found out how old she was. That is crazy. Gene Deal. That's his name. Gene Deal. Yeah, so that's nuts. That is freaking nuts, man. Yeah, that's her in the club. Yeah. That's you. So from all of that, you spent that much time being grown. And I mean, I know when I was in school, I grew up with a few of those. Just to keep it a buck. Not condoning nothing, but geez, are you kidding? And I hope certain lines of certain songs don't come back to bite certain people. But we see how they be doing these records, using these records as incriminating evidence. Only if you're a black artist. And there's some questionable lyrics out here. I think that the biggest one was, like I said, the whole Aaron Hall. I always wondered how that was overlooked. And people said, people used to talk about that before, but they just blew it off as it was like nothing. And I guess that was because They were hot at the time, and so they had the power and pull to kind of make that notion go away. You know? Aaron Hall was on flat. Yeah, Key Prince. Yeah, I saw part of that Aaron Hall thing. That was a beast, wasn't it? That was a beast, wasn't it? It's like, what you talking about? But they always, that was his name, Mr. Nasty Man. So for him to be telling that story, it absolutely makes sense to me. But think about what was going on at that time, especially for Aaron Hall. Like, they was huge. And they getting invited to all the celebrity parties. They there with all the celebrities and everything that goes on in those surroundings. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to some chick named Star for the Cash App. I appreciate that, sister. Peace, power, blessings, and protection be upon you and yours. I appreciate that. Must be watching on the TV. Which hey, that's cool. Just make sure you hit that like button on, because y'all can hit the like button on the TV, so just make sure you do that. But yeah, we gonna have to get into these shields. I think. Wait, let me see. Okay, that is what I have there. Because I got something that we have to kind of walk down. We're going to have to walk some things down. But first, I'm just noticing how, and some people maybe are kind of trying to get out in front of, kind of falling out of graces with the community. It's, for a lack of a better term, because and I take everything that comes from any politician with a grain of salt. Until something is proven, hey, they let them prove it to you. If they don't prove it to you, then they don't need no vote. Now, with that being said, let's just take a quick listen to this clip, because we're going to have to deal with what an actual politician is saying versus what we're going to hear these shills say.
No conversation at all about reparations if you're talking about the black community. But we're spending hundreds of billions of dollars every year on weapons and war, but we can't even have a conversation about reparations?
And he's right. And so something that has taken place is AIPAC. AIPAC is eyeing the Black Caucus, and we spoke about this before, but now even more so, they are showing their disdain for these Negroes that are in the Black Caucus. And what's so crazy is AIPAC can legitimately come after a group of people that are supposed to represent a group in this nation. Now, of course, it's not violent, but you're targeting people who are representing a black interest. Interesting. Shout out, dark-skinned brother in the house. Good to see you in the house this evening, my brother. So we got Sister Miriam in the house. I see you in the building. Shout out to you. Yes, indeed. Shout out to Sister Miriam in the house. So Ms. D said he was talking about reparations, but for all melanated people in this country. Yeah, we understand. And that's the trick bag. So like I said, you take it with a grain of salt. But it says AIPAC, and this is from, what's it? Yahoo? It says AIPAC seeks to unseat Congressional Black Caucus members over Israel. The American, so this is actually from the GRIO. It says the American Public Affairs Committee, AIPAC, launched a multi-million-dollar campaign against some members of the Congressional Black Caucus over their views on the Israel-Hamas conflict. Democratic strategist Amisha Cross told the GRIO, "I believe this is shameful. I say that because there has been long-standing history of support between the Black community and the Jewish community, which largely came from the uproots of the civil rights movement," said Cross. So, yeah, what she just described was Black folks have been strong, supportive allies to the Jewish people, and the Jewish people feel that their job was done with the two Jewish men that got unalived in Mississippi with the Foundation of Black American Brother. And that's their biggest contribution that you'll ever hear. Go back to Phil Donahue interviewing Khalid Muhammad or Minister Louis Farrakhan. Listen to either one of those two and watch this particular thing keep coming up from Phil Donahue. Hey, so what about the mothers? What about the parents of those dead people that were in Mississippi so many years ago? And we're talking about these what, late 80s, early 90s. So you're trying to hang your hat on two deaths from like 60 years ago. And then you want us to respond to a whole conflict ain't got nothing to do with us. Hey, don't you remember that 2 people died? Most of us weren't born when that happened. I mean, to keep it a buck, most of us weren't even on the earth then. So what are you talking about? What are we supposed to know for you? I mean, come on. Kid Gravity Beyond in the house. Yes, indeed, my good brother. I was checking y'all out earlier, man. Yes, indeed. What's that? Cynthia Newman in the building. Shout out to Cynthia Newman. Yes, indeed. Welcome, my good sister. Yeah, y'all was killing it, Kid Gravity. Uncle T's. So, like I said, after this live, y'all go to my brother Kid Gravity's BR. Uncle T's. This dude literally got pancake batter. I mean, this is a beast. Oh man. So she continued, AIPAC is a very large organization and very well-funded organization. One that has also experienced a lot of Black support from not only various CBC members, but also state and local government leaders who happen to be Black. Last week, the pro-Israel lobbying group announced that they would spend upward of $100 million to unseat all 8 members of the so-called squad in the 2024 midterm elections. The, quote, squad includes Representative Jamal Bowman, so to whom you just heard, the only one that he was mentioning reparations, of course, in reference to all melanated people. No. All melanated people ain't deserving of reparations. If you want to address number one, we need anti-foundational Black American hate crime bill. Cover that. See, that's one thing they also know. So with going with a lineage-based kind of thing, this is our nationality. We need a hate crime bill. Oh, well, you're American. No. That makes us a citizen of the land that our ancestors built. Considering how majority of us have way more and stake in this land than majority of the white people in this country, because a lot of them are immigrants. So their roots don't go back here. So they come in here. So basically, what the white immigrants were able to do, they were able to tether. So what black immigrants want to do is to do the same thing on our end. But we're not having it. So they're so upset with, oh man, us, because somebody was in my comments earlier today talking about Leopold, and remember Leopold? What did Leopold do? I mean, Leopold and went over to Africa and killed up a gang of us. Oh, whoa. We are talking about Elijah McClain, an American police officer within the American government that killed an American. But the condemnation of Leopold, and we have to look at the history again, it's not American history. Totally different government. It's world history, true indeed. But it ain't ours. That us, and you're going to start hearing a lot of this us talk here too. Just pay attention. And because, okay, here's the writings on the wall for a lot of people. AIPAC get pissed off. All of a sudden, they're ready to spend $100 million to get these, and to say you're literally going after CBC members. That is so. How was that not looked at as being anti-black in itself? Not that I'm capable for any congressional black do nothing talker, but right is right. So I'm just saying, what? So they have the pull to say, we're going to spend $100 million to get y'all out of the paint. Well, what kind of policies who are you trying to fill the spot with? What does that look like? You know what I'm saying? Black Anthem in the building. All right. Black Anthem in the house. Welcome. I appreciate you being here. Yeah. I mean, it's insane, man. So, okay. Okay. DNY, what is it? Oh, Jamal from New York. Ilhan Omar, Ayanna Presley, Summer Lee, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, and Rashida Tlaib. A spokesperson for Presley told the Griot, AIPAC has become a right-wing group that spends millions in Republican donor money to silence anyone who advocates for the dignity, humanity, and rights of Palestine or Palestinians, Israelis, and all people. It's unsurprising they would target progressive women of color with strong support in their districts, and whose advocacy for a ceasefire is overwhelmingly supported by the American public, said Presley spokesperson. Cross said AIPAC's campaign against the, quote, squad is heart-wrenching because of the facts that it speaks to something deeper. It's a step towards something that is largely being funded by conservative to knock off black leaders, she argued. Cross said it is particularly troubling that, or as the groups is targeting black lawmakers who are fighting for modern civil rights, equity, criminal justice reform, and education. Yeah, that is what they're doing. That is definitely what they're doing. Excuse me. Boy, the air is so dry out here right now, family. It is not funny. Okay. Congresswoman Lee took to X to respond to AIPAC, writing, one PAC promising to spend $100 million against 5 working class Black and brown representatives in working class districts is why we can't have a representative democracy. She added, what if we had governing that reflected our community's needs, instead of AIPAC? Well, I wonder how that one's going to go over. Something tell me that line might not that might ruffle a few feathers. Let's see. A Congresswoman Ocasio-Cortez also took to X. Got to spend $100 million to unseat a few who believe in Palestinian human rights and a ceasefire that most Americans already support. That's the acceptable level of dissent is 0. In October 2022, House Democrats, including some of the members of the squad, introduced a resolution demanding the Biden-Harris administration to encourage Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu to call for a ceasefire in the conflict between Israel and Hamas in Gaza. I wonder if that's not supposed to say in October 2023. I would assume that's probably supposed to be 2023. That's my guess. So that could be a typo, or that could be right. But yeah. Oh Lord. Okay. All right. So. Oh, I didn't want that in there. That's not supposed to be in there. It's way too long. Okay. Oh, that is fine. Oh, okay. I'm going to have to play that a different way. So let me get these in here. There we go. 1 second. Okay. All right. So as I'm loading these, because like I said, we're going to get to the shields. We definitely got to do that. Because I'm just noticing a repeat theme. And so shout out to I think this is from Brother Dwan B had posted this, and I'm glad that the conversation is occurring. Because it needs to happen, and I'm glad that not that I could really just blatantly shout out. Well, I have to April Ryan, because she did kind of put old Shay Pierre on the spizot, and good. But before I get to Stevie Wonder, we have to play everybody's new Sassy Mammy.
Let me take you back a little bit. Let's talk about another city. Has anybody ever heard of Flint, Michigan? Maybe around 2014. Yet another Republican governor decided that he wanted to cut costs. So what did he do? He went to Flint, Michigan, a majority Black city, and switched their water source to a polluted river to save some coins. Here's the real kicker. Election day rolls around, so they start having these robocalls. And on these robocalls, guess what they did? They delivered misinformation. They told everybody to show up the day after the election to cast their votes. What ended up happening? Obviously, he wanted to stop the voters and avoid any consequences. Yet again, another scam. But let me tell you, the power of us is something phenomenal. Ultimately, on election day, the people did what they needed to do, and they kicked him out. Consequences did come, or as some of us normally call it nowadays, he fucked around and he found out.
Oh boy. Why, when they talking to us, it always got to be so overly over the top? That's just ridiculous. Now, what I would like to see is people talk to people like this that way, and at least condemn them. Oh, and before I do show you this, shout out Doris for the donation on Cash App. I appreciate that. Peace, power, blessings, and protection be up on you and yours. Thank you so much. And man, listen to this. Supremacists here. So I'll say this. If Republicans really were courting black voters, they would do something about voices out here like this.
Okay? Funny response about abortion. When people are like, I'm like, yeah, I'm against abortion. And they're like, well, I mean, so what are all these black women supposed to do with their babies? And just be like, I'd buy them. You know, like, I'll put them to work. Is it better to kill them than let me buy them? Right? And that's a really funny debate when people just spiral. Oh, slavery's so bad. It's so bad. We got to kill them all. Why is it, if like a black woman's going to have an abortion, why not just let me buy it? Right? Free labor for life. Yeah, we call it a rapper's dozen. Because I'd really like to see the argument that killing someone is more moral than just buying them. Okay.
So let's see if anybody comes out to condemn that, shall we? Shout out to Kev Almighty on Twitter for showing us that. And so these are the kind of people that, like I said, Republicans, you know, if you were courting it. So let's be clear. We don't endorse Democrat. We don't endorse Republican. We endorse a black agenda. So you're going to be talking about protection, reparations, and one thing that I absolutely say that should always be on the government's tab is health insurance and life insurance. You should be covering it. But again, I would even look further to establish there should be money and funds set aside for independent medical care. Because when people talk about, oh, this medical apartheid, well, then that means we need to have our own. And it needs to be funded. So rightfully so, if this slavery helped build these hospitals, then that slavery residual money, that reparations needs to be building hospitals and infrastructure for the community to which it actually owes this great blood debt to. And let's not forget all of the people who died in the custody of a plantation are murder victims. So that statute of limitation doesn't run out. You got grave sites on plantations and Lord knows where else. Yeah, that debt's old, baby. Let me tell you that. So, Brother Dwayne B put something on his Twitter. And shout out to a good brother, an icon, who I've had the opportunity to meet once. Brother Stevie Wonder. And he actually said something very, very important on stage at that. So I'm not upset with the celebrity speaking out this time.
Supposedly Juneteenth, the holiday. Okay, I'll tell you what you can do better than that. And I know Joe Biden will do it. Give us reparations. For the work that we've all done for the last 400 years. unpaid.
Shout out to Stevie Wonder. Now, again, like I said, April Ryan was in the White House and she had an opportunity to ask old Shea Pierre a question about the administration right now, that all these shields that you're going to hear, these short clips from, they're all going to basically want us to vote for these people. Well, let's see what we're getting when asked about a black agenda.
Corrine, I had an in-depth conversation with Stevie Wonder last night, who is...
I love Stevie Wonder.
Again, for this serious question, I had an in-depth conversation with Stevie Wonder last night, who is requesting a meeting with the president. He's very concerned about the black agenda falling along the wayside and issues like laws of 50 years ago that are now being abolished or gutted, to include issues like the Voting Rights Act, what happened in Arkansas last week, affirmative action, Supreme Court, we've seen it, ban on books, and he's also even brought up issues of the Congo and the lack of information from the White House. Is the White House amenable to sitting down with Stevie Wonder, who has met with presidents throughout history, to include Ronald Reagan? He was one of the major impetus for getting the holiday for Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. And also he was one of those who worked with President Obama in his efforts to become president. Is this president amenable to meeting with Stevie Wonder, who has these concerns?
And you're right, April. What you just laid out in your question is incredibly important. And so we take that very, very seriously here. Can I just say a couple things about Stevie Wonder? He is indeed an icon who's made tremendous contributions to the civil rights movement and also voting rights. And as you just listed out, he was one of the main voices in getting Dr. Martin Luther King Day. And we appreciate that. We appreciate his brilliance, and we appreciate what he's been able to do on behalf of the community. So I can't, as far as a meeting with the president, certainly I'm not aware of any meetings with Mr. Wonder or any scheduled meetings, and I don't have anything to announce, obviously, at this time. But I also want to say that on the president's first day in this administration, he has taken this very seriously as it relates to what we're seeing, as it relates to racial inequality. He called it one of the four major crises that we have to deal with as a country when he stepped into office.
Flim, flam, flim, flam. So nothing. You know, he ain't got nothing to say for the black agenda. Well, I don't have any, I can't say that there's going to be any plans for a meeting. And okay. Y'all wouldn't meet with Ice Cube. Y'all even can't meet with Stevie Wonder, but you can meet with African leaders. Y'all watched our brother Black Alpha Network the other day, you would see that they keep parading this Ghanaian president around. What we need is reparations. And so you understand there's something at play. And then Biden sitting there talking about the harms of slavery and then giving them $55 billion for Africa. And then has Gladys Knight, a foundational Black American, entertaining these people like she's the help. That's no, and then, hey, brother, oh no, see, you think Africans hate FBA? Oh no, see, no. I mean, there's ignorant people everywhere. No. But see, it's irresponsible to blame all of these. No. No. Mm-mm. So let me see. Let me show you. Because there's legitimately somebody who's doing that. They're legitimately doing that. which is insane. Did I download? Okay. Hold on just 1 second, family. What's that moving so slow? Oh, bear with me 1 second. Yeah. Okay. So, as y'all see, there is no black agenda coming from Joe Biden and the Democrats. Now, we're about to see that the Shields are going to go, they're reverting right back to their old playbook. And so we just going to walk through these clips, and then there is one more lengthier one, but I want to just play. We're going to blow through these short ones, and I just want you to peep what you keep hearing. But first, when it comes down to the tethers feeling like they might be missing something if we leave them behind. Not that we were ever together anyway, but see, we are establishing our own lineage, and our lineage is claimed. So this is what everybody now was like, oh, well, we thought we would just be able to come step on y'all backs to jump over the fence and go get something. No, those days is over with. So their attitude has to start changing. And you hear anger, grief, and it's always coupled with an undertone. Oh, there's also the attempt to shame, but there's an undertone of desperation. Listen.
Do Africans hate African Americans? The short response to this is don't just take my word for it. Go to Africa and find out for yourself. But honestly, this rhetoric that continues to be pushed is not only downright disgusting, but it's continuing to push a divide amongst us. There are ignorant people in the African community. There are ignorant people in the African American community. Just like when I came here, I used to be made fun of for being African. I don't hold that against them because in the most respectful manner, they did not know any better. They were children and they were just going up for whatever was fed to them. If you go to Africa, you literally get treated like royalty. I'm telling you, royalty, bro. Last year, I went to my village with my boy Manhan. And when I tell you, up to this day, I spoke to my grandma the day before yesterday and she was like, oh, how's my husband? Like, how's my husband? Like, referring to my friend Manhan. That's like it's like a cultural thing where like your grandma would be like, oh, my grandson is handsome, like, that type of vibe. Like as an African American, when you go to Africa, you literally get praise, bro. I spent all my early life wanting to become like African American, bro. I loved watching Nino Brown. I wanted to be just like Nino Brown. I used to be walking around in Africa with a Band-Aid under my eye because I wanted to be like Nelly. I only sold posters, just off of posters alone. Found him to be so cool. Within my friends group, there was a point where nobody went by their African name. Everybody wanted to be named something else. I was Nelly. Somebody else was 50 Cent. Somebody was Snoop Dogg. Like, that's literally how it was. But the media is not going to tell you that, though. The media is not going to tell you how many fights I got into because somebody wanted to be called Nelly. I'm like, nah, Nelly is me. You're going to have to go find somebody else. And I'm dead ass. If I'm lying, God strike me. This is facts. I remember having a poster of 50 Cent on my wall because I wanted to be like him so bad. You know those tank tops with the bullet going through with the G unit? I wanted to be like, I literally started working out because I wanted to look like 50 Cent. I kid you not. I swear to everything. Does that sound like hatred to you guys? Do Africans?
No, it don't sound like hate. It sounds like an obsession. Does that sound like hate to you? It sounds like an obsession. That is what I'm getting. Good Lord. Okay, let me get this out of here. Man, you come over here, you get treated like a king. Okay, Akon. Because ain't that what Akon be saying? Like, nah, I don't think so. Okay, let's start here. Start with you. All right. So, like I said, they're using TikTok. And it's kind of interesting. You know, it's a novel thing. But remember, when these people were complaining about misinformation, they were trying to ban TikTok. Now all of a sudden it's going to be the new tool. This is going to be the go-to for the Democrats. All right. Yeah, I want this one first. Okay. There we go. So Nagatha Christie, check this out.
So you know what my favorite thing is about my posts and the folks standing 10 toes down in their ignorance is that most of them have never even posted about politics, Biden, Republicans, Hamas, Israel before. Or it's just been in the last like maybe 1 to 2 weeks. So you know what? Don't vote. Don't vote. Vote third party. I don't care. Because I know that Twitter is not real life. I know that there are enough adults in the room that understand there are only 2 people that could possibly be the president of the United States. And those 2 choices are quite clear if we want to continue on to prosper as Americans, which prosper, I know, is loaded. But if we want to continue to just have some basic civil liberties and rights and not have them stripped away. So continue to be a child. I don't care. Just leave the adults alone. We got this. We'll save y'all again.
More, excuse me, more gender warring talk. That's all that is right there. Just let us handle this. We got this. We don't need you to be over here doing nothing. Yeah, we got this because y'all too stupid. All right. Okay, we're too dumb. But check this out.
Here is something to keep in mind as we're watching the Republican primary circus unfold and Donald Trump deciding that he isn't going to debate and provide voters with an idea of what he is going to offer them besides, sad white tears and grievance about how he's being unfairly and unjustly prosecuted for crimes that he actually committed. The reality is that regardless who is at the top of the Republican ticket, they no longer are a party that believes in democracy. They don't believe in one vote, one voice. They don't believe in books. They don't believe in critical thinking. They don't believe in bodily autonomy. They don't believe that trans people should have the right to exist free inside of their own bodies. They don't believe in the Black experience. They don't believe in any type of exceptionalism that is outside of white supremacy and the lies that they have been told and have forced down the rest of our throats, right? Both in this country and globally. So wake up, folks. This is not the party, regardless.
Always with one party is white supremacists and the other one is not. No, they're white supremacists in both. And Joe Biden is a white supremacist. He doesn't talk like the Klan, but he ain't no different. Look at his policies. His policies are very anti-Black. I mean, come on.
It is wild to me where America is at this point, where you're watching video of a hearing in Tennessee, right, following the shooting at Covenant School that killed young children and their teachers, right? And they're supposed to hold a hearing to talk about gun safety because you see at that school where that mass shooting took place a couple of months ago, there were armed teachers inside. And guess what? It didn't stop a fucking thing. And so when these mothers now show up and they have signs that say kids over guns, they're being forcibly removed
from the courtroom that allows people to have guns in there. Because what's most dangerous to Republicans is not guns, right? That can, end people's lives. No, it is critical thought. It is the idea that holding up a piece of paper to them is more dangerous than an AR-15. What the fuck is wrong with this country? These are the questions that need to be asked and answered in 2024. No Republican.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. The absolute worst. Worst. Now, let's say, where am I at? Okay, is there more of her? No. Yes, there is. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Let me listen to something here. There's one more I got to play of her. Okay. No, not that one. Hold on. Okay. Maybe I did get them all for you. Okay. So now we can go to this other here. Yeah. That is what we can do. Get over here. Where you at? Okay. Okay, so this is the one I really wanted to go through and break this one down. Okay, I'm trying to get on the screen. What's going on there? Oh Lord. Okay. Bear with me 1 second.
Tribes over there on my Instagram post about this, and now you're over here in my comments. So
okay. Okay. Hold on. Hopefully this is active right now. There we go. Okay. Get to the stage. Boy, oh boy, oh boy, I'll tell you. All right. This is what I wanted to go through.
Okay, baby. So I feel like you're the one who's leaving diatribes over there on my Instagram post about this, and now you're over here in my comments. So let me just say this. My husband and I talk about this a lot, and we frame it around home makeover shows, right? Like, those home makeover shows where they give the owner of the house a sledgehammer and let them go to town on a wall, knocking it down, breaking it down, burning it down, whatever, right? It's because demolition does not take any skill, right? Unless you are trying to preserve something, unless you're trying to preserve the foundation of the house, or you're trying to preserve like the supports of the house, keep the roof on your head. Other than that, they give the owner a sledgehammer and say, go crazy. Because demolition takes no skill, and because the homeowner has already trusted that the developer and the builder is not going to allow them to break down anything that is important or super important to the structural foundation of the house. So all of y'all out there who are hollering about vote third party or don't vote for the Democrats or don't vote for Joe Biden or whatever, y'all are the homeowners with the sledgehammer, just wanting to swing away and tear down.
No, ma'am. No. See, that right there. Ma'am, we are not property of the damn Democrats. What is wrong with these folks? That is the talk of us being like property. We're not cattle. What's wrong with this woman? No, oh, see, that's like you just taking the sledgehammer. This ain't the house that, well, it's the land we built, but that is not our party. I mean, this woman is really stuck. And she's upset too. Like I said, the broken tools aren't just the celebrities, but these shields are obviously feeling it as well, and rightfully so. And they deserve to feel every bit of the heat. And I hope they do. You know what I'm saying? Let's hear more. But again, so we're tearing down the house. Not sure how, but we're tearing down the house. All right.
Everything. But some of us out here know how to read fucking blueprints. And we are trying to tell you that, baby, if you want to burn it all down, you're going to burn down your support beams. You're going to burn down the structural foundation of the house, and you're going to be left in the fucking rubble. Then what? Now, listen, I have big feelings about this, and I get it, but you have to also think and strategize and be smart and look at the fucking blueprint and realize that if you burn it all down, you're going to have nowhere to fucking live. The GOP, they got emergency tents out back, baby. You don't have any of that. So while y'all are hollering about burning it all down, what do you have in the interim for when it's all burnt down and there's smoke and ashes? What do you have for the people to survive on? What are you going to do when the GOP holds all the legislative power and cards in their hand and they make anything they want illegal and then going to throw your ass in prison for any fucking thing? What are you going to do then? And I'm going to tell you right now, straight up, I don't want to fucking die for this country. I don't want to go through no mother.
What are you hearing? What are you hearing? See, those of us on the grassroots, we are way too in tune to what's happening out here. So you can't just pass anything off on us. And they're really trying hard. They're trying extra hard. But it's very strange, you know, that you're taking a jackhammer to our hard work and our party. And ma'am, we own our vote. That's it. We own our vote. I don't understand why she's in this. Oh man, y'all gonna make Massa upset, and we're gonna be losing because something wrong with y'all Negroes.
More motherfucking pain or turmoil for this fucktastic ass country. My ancestors built this shit for free. I do not want to suffer at anybody's hands anymore for the sake of revamping this fucking country. But what I will do is choose strategically to vote for people to inch closer and closer and closer and closer to the fucking progress that we deserve. I am willing to work my ass off without bloodshed. I am willing to work my ass off without putting people through unnecessary pain and strife.
What? How? I mean, because, and here's another thing that she's doing. Really, all this, and this is the best that they got, is holding these TikTok rant sessions about why we should fear the Republicans. And what we're saying is, it ain't about the Republicans. It ain't about the Democrats. However, with Joe Biden, he is the only person that actually did promise black folks nothing and did not deliver. And if he's not the one who can deliver, then we need to find somebody who can. And guess what? Democrats had a good opportunity to revisit his re-election campaign to go a different direction, and you chose not to. Not our issue. We have our own issues, and you could put them and run on that, but you're not. You'll mention every other group, will not mention foundational Black Americans whatsoever. And when you do mention Black folks, you lump us in with every other group. So, with that being said, let's hear more.
With this, well, just do this and that, the other. Y'all don't even know how to read the fucking blueprint, because if you did, you would understand that third parties aren't even on the fucking ballot in every state in this country. Therefore, in there too, they can't even win. They cannot.
So, what that mean? So that means that you just need to go ahead and do something for the do-nothing Democrats. What you are advocating, ma'am, is that Black people vote for absolute benign neglect to continue. And see, here's the problem. You're ready to fight other Black people. You're ready to fight other Black folks for them. And instead of standing with your own, you're standing with a party ridiculing and criticizing and attempting to shame your own into voting for a 80-year-old white man who thinks so little of Black people that he'll come to you.
But I tell you, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, then you ain't Black.
Right. And don't forget, he also said this.
This country is doomed. It is doomed, not just because of African Americans, but because by 2040, this country is going to be minority white European. You hear me? Minority white European. And you guys are going to have to start working more with Hispanics, who make up a larger portion of the population than y'all do.
Shout out to New York City and Chicago. They know all too well about Joe Biden's immigration plan, don't they? I don't think they're too fond of that. See, all these people, if you don't do this, they can't win. The problem with that is we aren't winning with the Democrats. What can you do about that? Hey, Kamala Harris, how about a Black agenda? Like, let's talk about reparations and an anti-hate crime bill.
So I'm not going to sit here and say I'm going to do something that's only going to benefit Black people. No.
Not win. It's not feelings. It's fucking math. Y'all haven't even done the minimal fucking education and research to figure out how to improve and take over the system we have. So how the hell am I supposed to trust that you're going to be able to burn something down and build something back up before the majority of us out here suffer? And we
also something okay. Why we understand that all of these women have basically made their posts themed and targeted primarily at Black men. At no point do they ever perceive the notion that perhaps having a Black male to talk facts with Black males might make sense. But here's this matriarchal thinking. And they say, well, we'll go back and we'll just shame them into doing it because what would they grandmas thinking? What would they auntie, their great auntie that was the big Democrat or the first this in office or that in office of the family? And we had us alderman. They gave us an alderman. I'm just saying.
We are suffering now. Yes, I 100% understand that. But bitch, you ain't ready for the shit that we're going to have to go through when the GOP has everything under control and turns this bitch into an authoritarian fucking state. You're not ready for that kind of suffering. And baby, if you're ready to die to stop somebody else's genocide, if you're willing to set yourself on fire to keep somebody else warm, then sign your ass up for the military and take your ass over there and fight.
Now, listen to what she's saying. So, okay. So now are you hearing this? So how, with all that she just said, how did she just make that pivot? So now she's talking about Palestine and black folks supporting Palestine. So now I can't make this up. Now, have you noticed? I played 3 different shields for you already. They all keep pivoting to supporting Israel. And shame on you. Shame for supporting a ceasefire. Not that it is our issue, but we're just observers here. And they're trying to usher in this subtle conversation like, yeah, we got to be worried about that. No, the hell we don't. So notice that. Kerman S. Wingfield, appreciate the Cash App donation. I appreciate you, my brother. Peace, power, blessings, and protection be up on you and yours. And shout out to Angelica Lena in the house. I see you. Glad you could make it, my good sister. So, yeah, let's hear that again.
Okay? Y'all think shit gonna be sweet and you just gonna be able to fix it in, in 2028 or whatever. Bitch, if they have the control and turn it into an authority in there too, they can't even win. They cannot win. It's not feelings, it's fucking math. Y'all haven't even done the minimal fucking.
It's not feelings. Ah! Ah! I'm not upset. No. All right. Okay.
Education and research to figure out how to improve and take over the system we have. So how the hell am I supposed to trust that you're going to be able to burn something down and build something back up before the majority of us out here suffer? And we are suffering now. Yes, I 100% understand that. But bitch, you ain't ready for the shit that we're going to have to go through when the GOP has everything under control and turns this bitch into an authoritarian fucking state. You're not ready for that kind of suffering. And baby, if you're ready to die to stop somebody else's genocide, if you're willing to set yourself on fire to keep somebody else warm, then sign your ass up for the military and take your ass over there and fight, okay? Y'all think shit gonna be sweet and you just gonna be able to fix it in 2028 or whatever. Bitch, if these motherfuckers take over in 2024, it's game fucking over. And
okay, now y'all look at this. Look at the time. She's went on for almost 4 minutes. She hasn't given you anything worth of a fact. She's just screamed and cussed at you this whole entire time. I mean, she's literally done nothing less than just cuss black folks out. Y'all better do what needs to be done, and y'all gonna make them Democratic shield paymasters mad. We done took all of that George Soros money. Now, one could say if you have been following this channel for a while that, well, hey, Beatzilla's kind of been talking about this for a while. Matter of fact, he told you that all of this money didn't just go to Jam. That's a lot of money. Big money. And all of those people are funding partners. I wonder who else they also involve putting money into. Maybe the ADL might get a nice contribution from these organizations. One might think, though, well, probably it's not far-fetched. Yeah, we'll continue.
And I know y'all keep saying, y'all said that in 2016, y'all said that in 2020, because the fucking reality is still this fucking close, because motherfuckers will not vote in the goddamn midterms. If y'all would show up in 2018 and in 2022,
you have to give them something to vote vote. And what are you talking about? The Democrats they got in the abortion battleground states, the Democrats got what they wanted. Doesn't have anything to do with what we're asking for, but the Democratic Party absolutely called themselves winners. They were able to secure abortion. What that got to do with us, though? See, what she's doing is she's trying to. And as these people start talking, you recognize they have to figure out how to mesh blackness in with all of these democratic issues that none of us care about. And then so it's obviously it's frustrating for them, and then you just see them losing it like this.
We wouldn't be having these fucking discussions every 4 years because y'all only pay attention every 4 years. We have to say the same things every 4 years. But if you would show up every 2 fucking years, maybe, just maybe, we will be closer to the fucking progress you actually want. Maybe, just maybe.
What makes people say stuff like this? So we're going to go back to slavery. We're just going to be a totalitarian, authoritarian state. It's going to be Stalin. Oh, good grief.
If y'all was talking about third parties in 2018 and in 2020 and in 2022, then maybe, just maybe, they would have a foothold somewhere to actually be a fucking option in 2028. But as it fucking stands, y'all have not done the fucking work on the ground to get any third party candidate, whether it be state or federally, to get on any fucking ballots. And
you know what that requires? That requires a commitment to an independent candidate. If you're a divided house saying, well, I'm going to wait until my candidate gets their weight up. No. If you're getting with a candidate, you're getting in it for a long run. And so with Black people looking for their agenda, it's not hard to see where it is not. And this is a hard pill to swallow for the Democratic shills that thought they were just going to be another generation of ready-made Jack and Jill groomed individuals to come out here and do their work for their party because their family has always been part of the Democratic Party. They have always voted Democratic, and so they're going to do their part and blah, blah, blah. And it's a family tradition and yakety, yakety, yak. Reparations. Anti-Black hate crime bill. Those are the issues on the table, the issues of the day. And if Joe Biden will say something like that, matter of fact, somebody said, well, you can't prove that he did it. Well, there's a Washington Post article that actually quotes him with this particular quote. I'll be damned if I feel responsible to pay for what happened 300 years ago. Yeah, I guess he doesn't sound like a dude that would do something, against Black folks, like praise abortion with its eugenics anti-Black origin, which really never gets the kind of scrutiny it deserves. And they're upset because independent for independence. You realize that they're talking a whole lot about independence. Now, here's the funny thing about it. Until the grassroots made this argument, how often were third-party candidates even getting mentioned in the conversation to begin with? So it seems to me that this wave has actually still benefited the idea of a third-party candidate to begin with. Slow going as it may be, but you want us to slow inch it along for the Democrats who ain't done nothing for us? Why would we do that when we're slow inching along in a shorter period of time, just simply looking out for us? How do you top that? Man, they're gonna come put us back in chains, y'all.
Again, there are rules to this shit. Those of us who know how to read the blueprint, we know the fucking rules. We know where the foundation beams are. We know where the water mains are. We know where your electrical systems are. And you fucking don't. You just want to burn shit down. They say nothing. And I'm not here for that bullshit. You know what that's called? You know what destroying shit.
Now here comes the next great part that we're gonna have to really pay attention to when we get these blue Jack and Jill numbskulls coming out here before us, when they start coming into your Twitter spaces, or when they start coming into your clubhouses or Discords or fan base or wherever you are, wherever black votes and black ears can be accessible, and you are a no Joe 24 type of person, this is going to be how they're going to start trying to label you.
Shit without doing the proper calculus is called terrorism. Terrorism. That you fucking don't. You just want to burn shit down and replace it with nothing. And I'm not here for that bullshit. You know what that's called? You know what destroying shit without doing the proper calculus is called? Terrorism. Terrorism. That's what y'all are doing. You're becoming just like Hamas. Hamas did not calculate that this was going to be Israel's response to them. And you see what the fuck's going on now. Y'all fucking believe that the United States, which was built upon slavery, and slavery is still legal in our fucking Constitution. You think that they will not put your ass back into slavery to save the country? Bitch, you better wake the fuck up. The game.
Y'all thought I was playing, huh? Y'all thought I was playing that she's... Y'all thought I was playing. This woman literally said, yeah, you know what they'll do? They'll put us back in slavery. Oh, so you willing to go? What the hell is wrong with these people? They'll put us back in slavery. No, they won't. That ship has long since sailed. If you're that much of a rollover, layover type of person, there's easier ways to handle your situation right now while you're free and able to exercise your Second Amendment right. You could avoid all the trouble now. Just saying. They're gonna put us back in slavery.
Y'all just want to throw your hands up and either burn shit down or not participate. I will never understand for the life of me how y'all want something so bad, but don't want to figure out how to get the right fucking way. Yes, I do understand, actually. A law attendant.
Wait. There's another key point. Get it done the right way. Meaning, the way that the Democratic Party has chosen to lead you, which in our case is absolute 100% benign neglect. And we're looking to tear it down. And oh, woe is me. And the sky is falling, Chicken Littles. Oh my God. Good Lord. Tia to you, Phantom Beats. I see y'all in the house. DSM Sinister in the house. I see you. Yeah. Carmen Wingfield said she sounds sexually frustrated. Her batteries must be low in the nightstand.
Kruger University every fucking day, and that's why. You think you know, but you don't fucking know. And guess what? I attended Dunning-Kruger University for a semester to my goddamn self. I 100% admit it. But you know what? A transfer life is uncredited, and it doesn't fucking teach you what the fuck you need to know to get shit done. In summation, if you have an actionable plan to get whatever the fuck you want done, I'd love to see it. Please show how in the next 12 fucking months you are going to introduce a new person as a candidate president, get them on the DNC primary ballot, get the delegates and the super delegates to get.
Whoa. Get them on the what ballot? So even if we get a candidate of our own from the grassroots, hand them over to the DNC. Am I getting this correct? No, ma'am. No, ma'am. You are absolutely talking as a fool. No, ma'am. No, that's a hard pass. Hard pass.
Support behind them, then get them on the national general ballot, then get them elected by at least 60% of this country. If you have a plan for that, please, I'd like to see it. And I'm being sincere. I'm not bullshitting. If you have a fucking plan, I would like to see it. Also, if you have a plan on what you're gonna do when everybody burns it all down to keep everybody fed and clothed and housed and educated and all that shit, because the GOP will take all of those things away from you. If you have an actionable plan.
What? What the hell? This is the worst kind of fear-mongering ever. So we're going to go back in slavery. It's going to become a totalitarian government. So it's just going to be Buginis I see in the house. So this is just going to be straight up like the obsolete man Twilight Zone episode, if y'all old enough to know that one. But it basically, when the state decides, like the state will say, books are obsolete because we are banishing the use and the creation of books. And if you found with a book or a Bible, you could be punished. Well, actually, if you found with a Bible, you could be liquidated. Or if they found your function obsolete, then you could be liquidated. That's what she's suggesting would happen from a democratic election. So that's the other line they've been holding on to for a really long time right now is, it's going to be the end of democracy, the end of democracy, the end of democracy. No, it is not, man. It's not the end of democracy at all. Stop it. And we're not going back in the
what you're going to do to keep people safe during the interim, after you burn it down, between time before you build it back up. I like to see that shit too. Show me, or shut the
fuck. Oh boy! Another successful outing for the Democrats. Another successful outing. Here they are. Put out some more shields to come out here and yell, scream, and cuss at us because we're just so stupid and we just possibly can't understand politics because our feeble minds. We haven't been around white people enough. We just don't understand which way is up. And understand what she keeps doing. Now, have you noticed they all referred to Israel? Kind of interesting, huh? They all made references to Israel. I want to show you something else that, of course, came on TikTok, and I want you just to hear the instructions that are given to young American people. Because we're going to have to, so y'all get some understandings. And then remember what the other video that we've already played, the lady from the Israeli consulate that said the biggest issue for them was young black people. So let's keep that in mind while hearing this.
And you will say, what? You want us to make you look good? That's not my job. Your job is to make us look good. Our job is not to make you look good, American Jews. What do you have to worry about? Your job is to make us look good. And here's how you do it. Every one of us has to serve 3 years in the Army, 2 years in the Army, some of us 5 years, and then for the rest of our lives, you have got to serve 2 or 3 years in the army of words. You've got to learn to fight the political battle, which is even more important at this point than the military battle that we are. We'll fight the military battle. We're not asking you necessarily to come and be lone soldiers, although some of you can. You've got to learn how to fight back on the campuses, how to make the arguments. Now they keep shifting. You know, the ground keeps shifting under us. They keep changing the language. Intersectionality wasn't even a word 10 years ago. Now suddenly it's intersectionality. You've got to stay on top of it. And you know how we train for the Army? We don't train for defensive warfare. If the war against Israel ever had to be fought on Israeli soil, do I have to tell you? It's an impossibility. So it's the same thing. Don't let the war of words ever be fought about Israel's nature. Let it be fought about why you can't accept Israel, why you have to single out this tiny people. Try to find Israel on the map. It's hardly there. You know, we used to play this game, Where's Waldo? Where is Waldo on the map? Are you going to really tell me that this is the country you want to blame? Push them, teach them how to defend by attacking. Teach them really what one says as in fencing. You've got to do that. You've got to make demands on them. They've got to serve for 3 years in the army of words.
Well, I...
How about that, huh? Gaslighting 101. Got to fire them up. Because we got these, because again, we already know who the problem is. So they're calling on their young. You got to get out there and you got to make us look good. Michael Crapaport, and all the others. Oh, like the Assyrian woman. Oh, what'd she say? Something about, the civil rights was started by Jews and no, it wasn't. Stop it. These people just be lying. I mean, good grief. There's no reason to just lie for nothing. Or maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there is. But, we have seen the the fleecing of Black folks for far too long, and just trying to get over on Black folks for whatever need and reason. Then you add powerful donors, and because again, remember, APAC, we're very well funded. ADL, very well funded. And they're going after Black Caucus members. Somebody should start asking some questions like, why shouldn't there be something said from the administration? Because see, when they come out and say that we're not feeling the Democratic Party because of the way Kamala Harris is treated, that's absolute horse crap. We don't give a damn about how they treat that woman because, number one, she ain't black. And number two, this is your actual problem, Democrats. What can you do to curb this perception of you? You understand? Oh, yes, Miss Piggy, a.k.a. Amy Schumer. Ain't that the truth? Her too. And so, yeah, GOP hates black people. They gonna put you back in chains. They gonna put you in slavery. Don't you know what they gonna do? Boy, I tell you, you just trying to take a sledgehammer and just demolish the whole thing. I mean, don't you know these people have been good to us? I mean, don't you know that them folks really, really, really got black folks' backs? Well, I just took a check to come along and start screaming on you Negroes, because what you need to do is stop looking to tear down the Democratic Party. Now, if you want a candidate, what you need to do is get that Democratic candidate on a Democratic bill. Oh, you want him to be independent? Well, okay. Well, you independent can't be, they can't be on every ballot. So what you need to do is just make this concession and go along with the Democrats. Now, you might have to change your agenda just a little bit, but what we might have to do is just involve every other group with black agenda stuff, especially reparations, and then you guys can get it going.
Sambo, Sambo, Sambo.
No, thank you. I mean, I'm telling you, they proud to have black folks sitting out here like this. Like, I mean, get out there and do our bidding. And then you have black folks out here that, like, I don't know how many of y'all actually have heard the Jim Jones tapes. And it might, I haven't really went through that because, it's kind of eerie and, it's traumatic. So I didn't really want to put nobody through that. But for those of y'all who have ever listened to those tapes, because what we hear is Jim Jones, Jim Jones, Jim Jones, Jim Jones, and here's all of those people who drank the Kool-Aid. What you need to hear is those tapes of who was assisting Jim Jones. One of the biggest L's the American black woman has taken is that. Do you understand how instrumental all of those people's deaths were orchestrated? With the help of this black woman who believed Jim Jones, this white man, was sent from God. And you will hear her in the background. Babies crying, everybody seeing what's going on, and they over here trying to really legitimately calm folks down from what's happening. But that's what we need to do, because Jim Jones is sent from God, and he is an angel, and all of this madness. Giving children cyanide punch. Because his cokehead ass ended up unaliving a U.S. Senator that was going to check on U.S. citizens, because that's who he had in another country. So yes, the American, that's what they call it. That paranoia is a beast. But let me tell you something, family. The same type of mammy that was down there talking, where if he coming with gifts, well, I'm going to take those gifts. That type of personality has been around us for the longest, and the Democrats have mastered puppeteering those types. So they don't mean a thing to us because they can't ever do us any good. All they could do is mean us harm. Sad to say, everybody ain't gonna make it. And these Biden sexuals, whew, I mean, the screaming on Negroes is just, that's what gets me. But I will say this. When y'all catch that Hearts lesson out there and you end up being the broken tool of the day or the week or the month, remember,
you shouldn't have been talking shit.
And also,
own your stuff, little girl. Own it.
And then, as well as for all of you Democratic shields that, and you tethers that are coming out of the woodworks that are actually having a problem with us looking and demanding justice by way of an anti-Black hate crime bill, this is all y'all are.
Buck dancing, shuffling, scratching, bootlicking, bamboozling, Uncle Tom Negro.
And then there's these other fools. Well, you got to vote for this or you got to vote for that. No, we don't. And then also notice that she also mentioned the people who sit it out. So no tangibles, no vote. Obviously, is a lot louder than they want to give credit to. Because over here in the grassroots, we are very well understood. And all the voices of the new Black media most definitely told you that, hey, man, if you stay riding in that car, both wings are part of the same bird. And this is all you getting as Black folks. So it's very simple. It's very simple. Reparations, justice, and get us our anti-hate crime bill. And when everybody else can get it, stop talking to us like we don't know what's going on. We see busts all over every other day. These Venezuelans is coming in here, bringing dope in here. This is by way of Joe Biden. And not to mention, this is what's happening into Black cities. Do you think it's any coincidence that all of this dope is somehow making its way to urban areas and Joe Biden's administration wants to make sure that all of this straight uncut traffic comes straight to the hood? No, he's doing it. It's already been done. They just following the formula that's been done before. So now you have a bunch of Venezuelans calling back to Venezuela. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yo, Kermit says you was 10. Yeah, I would advise anybody, like, you know, if you can stomach it, go listen to them tapes. I think they probably on YouTube somewhere or it might be on the Smithsonian website, something like that. You'll be able to find it. But it literally sounds, and the reason why I say to take a listen to it is because what you hear, how the same energy that these people keep talking to us with is the same energy that got this woman talking these people into deleting themselves, knowingly drinking this poison punch. What's happening right here with us foundational Black Americans and this Democratic Party. Joe Biden has filled him and Kamala have filled the big pitcher, the big Gatorade cooler full of poison punch. And here we have a whole bunch of boot-licking shield shines ready to come over here and tell us to partake. And if we don't, then we're not going to make it to the promised land. And we all must just want to tear it all down. And they going to come get us. Because remember, that was also the guise of what they were selling these people, that America was coming down there to invade them and take them away from their things and put them in stocks and chains. You are literally hearing the exact same thing now. Go get that poison punch. And for a lot of people, they ran out and got a poison jab. I mean, got something. Now they want to push the envelope even further. They say, watch out for the machines. Watch out for the beast, because the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, who and where is he? Babylon is fallen. Babylon is fallen. Let it fall and let us rise. Can you dig it? Yes, indeed, family. Thank you again, ladies and gentlemen, for hanging out right here again at the Beatzilla PDX official show. It is tool breaking season, and we are going to see how it goes for these tools. Because hey, man, the one thing that these people don't understand, who you're worshiping knows their time is short. So they got to go ahead and make it happen. So, I mean, some people could say if you had an enemy coming in like a flood, you could probably look at that on a few different waves and a few different levels. One would be saying you have to funnel through and go get tagged like cattle. I wonder if that part has happened. You know? So yeah, don't ignore the signs that's in your faces, family. You know, we've been talking about these end days. Oh yeah. One thing about an end of days is seeing the end of an era. And I think we are the perfect generation. I would pride myself on being that generation of the era to watch the dismantling of the system of white supremacy, which I noticed a couple cowardly lions have said that, well, you know, this is not gonna, we ain't gonna do this and we ain't gonna be able to do that. Listen clearly. I fully believe in biblical prophecy, personally. Here's also the other part. I also believe faith without works is dead. So you also still need to do your part. And your part is a physical manifestation right now. If you are not doing that, then yeah. However, what you need to make sure you do, stay out of our way. We don't need, because see, right there, now you just want to be a roadblock. You want to be a road bump, because that's all you'll be. Because this train is moving forward. Can you dig it? It's the reparations train, and we getting on board. Now, here's the thing. Again, you just have to do your part. This is a marathon, not a sprint. And so as all of these voices keep getting this information to you, all of y'all are coming into your own, and the world is taking notice. Whether they like it or not, it's all about you. You understand? And I'm sure that there's somebody out there right now just hate watching this, angry. Y'all kata, bombaclad. We got jilted Jamaicans today for no reason because they can't understand it. We are making a claim for ourselves, and obviously the jealousy of foundational Black Americans is a beast. And obviously the jealousy of the voices of new Black media, the voices of the grassroots, obviously is rubbing tethers wrong as well, because what can we say? We do know how to roast. And it's funny too. This guy literally thinks he was roasting. You'll see him like that's what he's putting in all these long messages on my dude. I ain't never gonna spend no time like that talking to no man. What's wrong with you? Anyway, that's just weird to me, man. No offense, but no. And again, brother, crime, whatever the hell your name is, good crime or whatever you would call yourself. Hashtag hands off our reparations.
You have no rights here. We're not under the empire.
And for you three ladies and all the rest of yous who will be popping out of the woodwork, shout out to y'all think tanks. Y'all been doing your homework, but still not obviously well enough. So, like we've told you before, we'll tell you again. If you believe that you will get in the way of this here grassroots, foundational Black American justice, progress, empowerment, reparations movement, well, let me just say, when I speak for myself, beatzillapdx official, beatzillapdx official show. Pretty sure I speak for you in the chat. Voices in the new Black media in the grassroots. I think I'm pretty sure I can speak for all of you on this one when I say to all of you bootlicking shills who already done cashed the checks and thinking you gonna come out here and catch some wreck, which that's all you're about to catch. If you think that's gonna put a dent or stop this movement, then we proudly dedicate this song to you.
Get up off of that cocaine and get up off of that crack. Get yourself together and get your mind back.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Shout out one who cares, D. Foster. I see you in the house. Yes, indeed. I see you. All right. Yeah, Sister Mary Evans done made it. All right. So we are getting out of here, family. So you can follow me on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter at beatzillapdx. You can email me at ourrealtruth@gmail.com. Speaking of that, shout out to Sister Pamela Long for letting me know that and if y'all catch some funny business with my channel, just let me know. I know that I got some weird, funky shadow banning going on. But last week's broadcast, family, I literally had like 200 views and over 400 likes. So whoever was supposed to be at the controls to make sure that my channel was shadow banned or properly or whatever, they missed one. So, so I'll just let y'all know, like, it's they don't want this information coming out. And you know, for some of us have worked career paths that kind of gave us a heads up on what was coming. And so we're able to share that information and disseminate that with the family here, because that's why obviously all things are meant to be. So there's the reasons why we were placed where we were placed at the moments we were placed at them. And now we are here. And this solid energy coming from all of you is whooping their ass. Keep it up. So like I said, you can email me right there at ourrealtruth@gmail.com. And if you want to put some money in the bucket and donate to this this channel, help this channel do what it do, you could go ahead and shoot a donation over by way of CashApp at $beatzillapdx. That's CashApp $beatzillapdx. Also, we got PayPal, which is Zilla Muzak. That is ZILLA MUZAK at PayPal. And with that being said, we are on our way out of here, family. So I hope y'all have a blessed evening, and we shall see you Friday for the weekly wrap-up. So, stay black, stay vigilant, stay alive. Black first, black first, black first. Shalom, y'all.
When you know who Satan is, yes, sir, you don't have to kill him. No. The stone of truth. Yes. See, that's what you throw. Yes, right. Allah says, had we wished to take a pastime from before, surely we would have done it. Nay, we cast truth at falsehood till we knock out its brains. Every one of you that knows the truth, stand up and tell it from the mountaintop. Black people can't take it no more. So wherever you are on the job, in the factory, I don't care where you are. If you know the truth, stand up on the truth and tell Satan, who the hell are you to try and pick my friends? Farrakhan is God's man, and you are from the enemy of God. So to hell with you. Stand up on it like a man.